Hey everybody, this is Chad Pullins, team leader here at Crossroads, and so excited just to be with you again for another video testimony. We've got Brian and Lauren Rimpf that's with us tonight, and just an awesome family, awesome couple, have so much to share, and they've taken some time tonight just to share a piece of their life with us. So thanks so much for taking some time. I know family life is just crazy. Maybe if you could, just in a couple of moments, share with us, what is God kind of currently doing in your life? Maybe it's something that's happened in the past, but we just kind of love to hear what's on your heart this evening.
Well, our complete testimony as a couple goes way back, and we don't have enough time to cover all that. But we'll start in, I guess about 9 years ago now, 8.5 years ago. Everybody has a good day. Some people have pretty good days sometimes, and sometimes you have a great day.
Right.
November 20th of 2005 was one of those great days for me and our family. They started off with me getting my first start in the NFL against the Steelers, who everybody hates, and we ended up winning in overtime. So that was a good start to my day. Well, at 11:49 p.m. that evening, my wife rolled over at bed and nudged me and said that her water just broke. She was 1 week away from her due date for our oldest son.
Wow.
So in that span of that day, I got to start in the NFL. Our oldest son was trying to make his triumphant entrance into the world. My brother also met his future wife that day.
That's a big day.
It was a pretty great day. So it starts there. It was a journey to get to that day, but that was a great day, and one that kind of from that day has kind of set us on a path.
Good.
Yeah, I think, I guess reflecting, when we were living in Baltimore, we really were living in a community that I didn't really have a name for, but, taking care of each other's babies and making each other food and praying for each other and just being 22 and learning how to be a wife. And from that, I think when we left Baltimore eventually, we missed it, but we didn't quite know what we were missing. Mm. And from then, we kind of just were traveling to see what was next. And when we stumbled upon Crossroads and heard the term extended family, it kind of put words to what we were missing.
Mm. So you kind of had this sense of back in Baltimore that we were really kind of living in an extended family, our language, and oikos, just a group of people really doing life together, and had a taste of that. Yeah. And then that's removed, and it's kind of like, what is it? Something's missing, something's not there, and then finding that here in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew something was different. I mean, those were some pretty great years. I was doing something I loved to do. She had a great, she didn't mention, but she had a great group of other wives on the team. They're all the same age, on the same stage of life, and like she said, they'd come over watch our kids. We'd go watch their kids. It was an extended family. Everybody looked out for each other. We all went to the same Bible study, and ever since we left, it took us 7 years to find it again, but we didn't know what we were looking for. And that's one thing about us coming to Crossroads is just how neat it's been to really feel that again. In college, we went to a church, both of us, that we felt very involved with, and it's really we were reluctant because we knew every stop we made after we left Baltimore was not going to be for a very long time, and we were reluctant to get involved and to really to dive in, as you talk about. And I think when Lauren found Cross Kids, the preschool, which she'll talk about, it was God working in our lives and putting us in a position, in a place that He knew we needed. As a family to raise our kids, and that's what's been neat about Crossroads to us, and what we really feel like God has had a hand in directing all the different stops we've made to this point in Fayetteville.
Wow. So the God that was with you all in Baltimore is the same one that's kind of been guiding to bring you to where you are now, and I'm guessing the one that'll continue guiding to wherever you're going from here.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we first got to town, and when I got the job down here, first thing she wanted to do was find a preschool, and she's I don't want to tell the story for her. But.
I put it in Google, and Cross Kids was the first to pop up, which Stephanie to this day is still amazed. She has a hard time finding it. Yeah. But and then I got invited to a Bible study, and I think felt like if I love these women in this study as much as I would love that church, then let's go.
Yeah. So how, some people would maybe say, well, that sounds like a really good coincidence. I mean, for you guys, how do you know that it's God and not just kind of by chance?
Well, we visited a couple other churches in town when we first got here. Before I don't make decisions quickly. I like to look at all kinds of different options, and I never believe that's the best choice until it hits me in the face, really. So we had visited a couple places. Our story gets much deeper, but the first weekend we actually lived here, my brother was injured in Afghanistan, and he was on recovery road for 2 years. He was at Walter Reed Hospital, and we were visiting a church that day. We found out, it was one of those things where we couldn't go back in there because that was the memory we had of going to that church, and that was the day we found out he got injured. But it truly is God's hand. But I think it's we were willing to listen and to go a direction He wants us to go. Yeah, that's part of it too. Getting involved with a church. The best time we've had, the best we felt life was when we were really involved with church, with community, with an extended family, and throughout the last couple stops, we didn't get as involved as we have now, and it's why we're really enjoying where we are, and I feel like our kids are thriving and our relationships thriving, and all those sorts of things.
It's great. So, what would you guys say to someone that maybe is kind of wrestling with the same thing? Maybe there's something kind of missing in their life. They can't really put a finger on exactly what it is. Obviously, we think that Jesus is the answer to that. I mean, it's always the Sunday school answer. But what would you say to someone who may be kind of going through the same kind of thing that you guys went through?
I think there's always a fear, whether it's you just kind of want to hide in the back or you don't want someone to ask you questions. I think just go for it. I think Crossroads is in general, just such a home, open doors, and I think if someone were to just try it, they would see it like we saw it. And I think for us, there was a fear of allowing ourselves to dive in. Yeah. There was a fear of, well, what if we just leave again? Or, what if we get connected and then we have to go? Right. So I think whatever the reason is, you just have to take it for what it is, and you have today, and just go for it.
Well, you've said a number of times, if Crossroads isn't the right church for somebody, there's plenty of other options, which, we visited a couple before we wanted to become members of Crossroads, and you've got to put forth your own effort. God can lay out the path and open the doors, but He can't make you walk through it. Right. And it's personal relationship with Jesus, obviously. It helps with just knowing His grace and the plans, discovering the plans that He has for you. Right. They're greater than anything you can think of yourself. So you've got to put some effort yourself also. But you see the door open, don't be shy to walk through it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, y'all, thanks so much for again taking some time to hang out. I love getting to hang out with you guys and hear your stories. There were parts that I heard today that I hadn't heard before, so that was great. For everyone that's listening in and watching the video today, just want to encourage you if maybe you've got a little bit of fear about jumping in, or maybe you're a little hesitant to really invest relationally because you don't want to put yourself out there. I just want to encourage you to know that God put Himself out there through Jesus Christ. And it's because of what God did through Jesus and putting Himself out there that we get to have life everlasting. And my deepest hope is that you get to experience the fullness of life that Brian and Lauren are talking about today, which is being a part of God's family and being a part of a family that's on a mission to save the world. All right, take care. We'll talk to you soon on Sunday.